Aryna Sabalenka couldn't hide her heartbreak after losing to Naomi Osaka at Wimbledon. The world number one admitted, "I just want to get drunk," adding, "Just completely forget about this crazy world." She even joked her recovery plan was tequila, gummy bears, and swimming. Sabalenka also praised Osaka's performance and promised to bounce back. One painful defeat and one brutally honest reaction.
There's a version of losing that everyone recognizes, even if they've never held a tennis racket in their life. It's the kind of loss that doesn't just end a tournament, it ends a chapter you'd been writing in your head for years. And on a gray afternoon in London, Aryna Sabalenka lived it in front of the entire tennis world. She walked off center court, knowing exactly what had just happened. Naomi Osaka, a former world number one with 4 Grand Slam titles to her name, had ended Sabalenka's Wimbledon dream in the 4th round. No trophy, no final, not even a semifinal appearance. Just another year added to a streak of near misses that has started to feel less like bad luck and more like a pattern. What happened next is the part people are still talking about. Reporters gathered, microphones extended, waiting for the usual post-loss language, the talk of fight, of learning, of coming back stronger. Instead, Sabalenka gave them something raw, something real. She told them she wasn't thinking about her ranking anymore. She said she just wanted to get completely drunk, forget about tennis, and eventually work her way back into shape. It wasn't a scripted soundbite. It wasn't calculated for headlines. It was the sound of someone who had run out of polished answers and decided honesty was the only thing left to offer. And maybe that's exactly why it resonated so widely. Because underneath the humor, underneath the slightly chaotic logic of drowning your sorrows before getting back into fighting shape, was something painfully human. Anyone who has ever poured everything into a goal only to fall short again knows that feeling. The mix of exhaustion, frustration, and dark comedy that shows up right after your heart breaks in public. But strip away the humor for a second, and what's left is a career that's starting to carry real weight. Sabalenka isn't some rising hopeful still chasing her first major. She's the top-ranked woman in the world. She's won the Australian Open twice. She's won the US Open twice. 4 Grand Slam titles sit on her resume. And yet Wimbledon, the oldest and most prestigious stage in tennis, keeps refusing to let her in. Since 2021, she's reached the semifinals of every major tournament on tour, every single one except this one. London has become her blind spot, the one line on her resume that refuses to fill in. That absence becomes even harder to sit with when you look at what her rivals have been doing on the very same grass. Iga Swiatek, a player once defined almost entirely by her dominance on clay, transformed her game completely and lifted the Wimbledon trophy in 2025. Elena Rybakina, another one of Sabalenka's fiercest competitors, already has a Wimbledon title from 2022, even though her own run ended early this year with a 3rd-round exit. One by one, the players' Sabalenka battles for supremacy at every other major have found a way to conquer the one tournament that continues to slip through her fingers. And then there's the player standing right in front of her path this year. Coco Gauff hasn't won Wimbledon yet either, but she's not far off. After taking down Jessica Pegula in the quarterfinals, Gauff is now into the semifinals, chasing a trophy that would give her a 3rd career major, adding to her French Open win in 2025 and her US Open title back in 2023. If Gauff finishes the job in London, she'll be sitting just 1 Grand Slam